Good evening and welcome to Shop Live with Mimi and Russ, coming from you from beautiful Midtown Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, we're excited. It's that time of year where it's starting to get warm. We're going to see 80
Thank
degrees.
goodness.
And in North Carolina, ACC basketball, March Madness for college basketball is just about getting ready to start. So we're very excited about that.
It's my favorite time of year. So you and I grew up in Henderson, but we went to different schools. Did they used to bring out the TV on the
They did.
on the cart? So
They
you
stopped classes for ACC basketball.
I think that's what made me a big college basketball fan, because they would either bring, if they didn't have enough TVs, we either have it on the intercom or they'd bring it in maybe for the older kids. But that was always like, yay, we don't have class.
Great time of year.
It was fun, and all the good rivalries.
The biggest ones this weekend, the Duke Carolina rematch,
Yes.
which will be a slaughter for Duke, I believe, because they were upset by a fluke last time against Carolina. Watch
we'll
the
see.
Carolina fans kick in here a little bit.
So, are they playing at Duke?
Playing that Duke.
Okay. Cameron will be rocking.
It will be
The
rocking.
kids have been camping out since early February.
Isn't that crazy? And we have a guest friend coming this weekend who's a Carolina fan, so we're going to be house divided. I got my Duke blue manicure today, so I can show that, rub that in her face when she gets here Friday.
That's right. We'll have some fun with that
She
one.
actually played a trick on us last year. We were at the coast the same time last year. She met us there, and we were going to meet in this sports bar. So she got there before us, and she gave the bartender some paper UNC napkins, and she said, when they sit down, put these napkins down, like that's what you're doing. It made me so mad.
She got you good.
So we got to get her back. We got to get her back this weekend.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we can cook lamb chops Saturday.
Yeah, we'll cook lamb. The game's Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cook lamb on Sunday. That'll be fun. Yeah, we're excited about the weather changing. We're going into spring. We're going into Easter season. We're going into birthday season in our house. Somebody here is going to have a painful birthday in April.
One of those big ones, divisible by 5. Huh?
Yes, this one's gonna hurt. But anyway, I wake up every day, so thank you, Lord.
Exactly. Healthy and happy.
So we're going to talk about some different jewelry items. Russ and Gabrielle and I each pulled some finished pieces from the different departments. So we're gonna show you some estate jewelry. We're going to show you some Russ Brummett jewelry, and we're going to show you some of the new silver that just came in. You'll be the first to see these silver pieces. We're still getting it checked in.
In case you haven't heard, Mimi loves to buy silver from Taxco, Mexico. We have got probably one of the best collections. We probably have more than they have in Taxco, Mexico.
Well, it's a dying art, and it just hurts my heart every time she comes back and we see these beautiful things, and you just stop and think it might not be available down the road. We actually earlier in our career when we first started, we were just these little younglings with a store at the age of 30, and we would go and see this beautiful estate jewelry, and at the time we were not in the position to let's just buy that and put it away, like Art Deco bracelets, for instance, and eventually those things are not in the pipeline. So we kind of learned over the years you need to buy things when you see it. We have a client who is very good about that, who's a estate collector. Some things he never even gave to his wife or showed to his wife. He may have gone maybe I changed my mind, redirect here, but he certainly recognized that treasure of estate jewelry that, hey, I might not ever see anything like this again, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
That's exactly what his philosophy was. And he loved jewelry, loved buying it for his wife. And, he was a collector, as Mimi said.
He was an engineer, so he just loved
beautiful things, loved to see the mechanics, loved to see how jewelry was made, and loved to learn about the history of it. That's the fascinating thing about jewelry. I'm going to show you several different periods of jewelry in estate and pre-owned and old jewelry tonight. But his philosophy was, if I see something I like and it's beautiful, I better get it and buy it, whether I need it now or not, and put it away for that special occasion, because it won't be there if I want it.
So does this comment make
Especially one of
sense?
a kind pieces.
He was an engineer that saw not just in black and white, but he saw in color. He didn't just break down the math of the item, or he would sit there and inspect beautiful things, and just has such an appreciation for the craftsmanship, and so
The artistry of it. That's
Yes.
the thing about jewelry in general. You can look at, there's some basic things. There's trendy jewelry, and then you look at jewelry that has some artistry to it. This a one of a kind piece, or something that was designed around a stone or a theme or a feeling or an emotion, and that's what's exciting about jewelry. Everything is there for whatever your mood is, whatever your disposition is, whatever
disposition.
whatever your style is, whether it's avant-garde or whether it's classic, whether it's conservative, whether it's real funky or
flashy.
everything is there, and there's not many things that are that way. Paintings, sculptures, yes, but that's something you can't wear and enjoy, and other people see it on you, and it's something you hand down, and your family or granddaughter or daughter might be wearing something that you enjoyed, appreciated, and when they see it on their hand or their arm, they may go, I remember her wearing that, how much joy it brought her, and now it's bringing you joy.
That is always very touching. The estate jewelry, we've learned so much over the years that we've been in business, and we can look at things now and pretty much figure what era it was made in. Russ and I can look at the gemstones, how they were cut, and kind of get some clues on the time frame. But it's interesting how that kind of segues into working with clients. We had somebody here yesterday that's, grandmama said this about this ring. And, we're not trying to be a bubble burster, but,
It didn't add up always.
yeah, it doesn't always add up. We can look at how things are cut or how they're set and that type of thing. And there was definitely a period of, during the wars, the Great World Wars, people, they weren't buying luxury items, and they were trying to hold on to what they had, or they were selling things off. People coming from Europe, had to sell or lost a lot of their wealth in fine jewelry. So there's kind of a gap of time. Whenever we see an estate piece, like pre-war or whatever, and people come in and they call it the daughter syndrome. So if you had, just like this earring has got some big diamonds. Years ago, you remember, you always stop people doing this, but they're like, I have all these diamonds and I want to break them up and give them to my different daughters. That's what destroyed a lot of estate jewelry too. So we've always tried to respect the craftsmanship and the history of estate jewelry, and to keep it preserved and keep it intact.
Exactly. If you inherit a beautiful piece of jewelry, have a knowledgeable jeweler check it out. If it's not your style or your taste, maybe trade it or sell it, do something, but keep that intact. Don't destroy a piece of art.
Yes, but modern jewelry is made so differently than how it was the turn of the century, when now time is money. We do a lot with computers and CAD, but back then they pierced the little holes, they filed things with strings, and time was not.
Well, the difference with jewelry, though, before World War before World War II, everything was handmade. There was no mass-produced factories like they are now. They're producing 100 of the same ring or 1,000 of the same
casting
ring.
these trees of.
Just tons of. They were making individual pieces. They had a workshop with multiple jewelers, but they were hand making these pieces. They were not mass producing them. So when you go back and look at a lot of the older jewelry, they're just the artistry's there, the history's there,
And
the
you can
beauty,
appreciate-
everything, and you can't get that hardly anymore. If you do, it costs a fortune.
So we try to show people those clues, to keep things intact, to preserve that history. I don't know, we've been to so many estate shows, even with Gabrielle, she's grown up in the industry, but we can still all walk through these estate shows and just, Isn't it fun, Gabrielle? We're like, oh, you know, just
Yeah, things you'll never see twice.
kind of make ourselves a little silly. So
I was talking to people, a young couple yesterday about engagement rings, and they were talking about this. They want this, this, and this, and everything they said was, "Is all this stuff that's trendy now? That these mass-produced jewelry houses, you know, get these people excited. Everybody starts copying it, and this mass-produced stuff." Then I explained to them, you know, you're young, you're in your 20s, you're going to get engaged, you're going to get married, you want to wear this ring all the time, but you're looking at a lot of little bitty pearls, a lot of little bitty diamonds. It's not going to last that long. And I got to explain to people how things are made, and, you know, durability and all those things. And that's what's fun to educate people. And that's what we do a lot. So if you have questions about jewelry, or you certain trendy looking things you think are great, and you might want to come in and talk to us about it. We'll teach you a little bit about what works, what doesn't.
and these young people appreciate that because that's why they come to you. I told this guy yesterday, you're working with the guy with the dirty hands. You know, he's sitting here designing it for you, but he's in the back making it for you too. There's no middleman. So you respect your knowledge and your bench knowledge and your.
I've seen a lot in the last 40 years.
Yeah, we have. So I think that's a great segue. You want to start with some of your estate pieces?
Yeah, I'm going to go through a couple of time periods. And again, going back to what I said earlier, you know, there were certain things going on during these times, the lifestyles of people, the mindsets and things like that. And this, I'm going to put these in light box. Here's two very classic pieces. However you want to pronounce it, either the Belle Epic or Belle Epoque, if you do it in the French way. The time period around the late 1800s to early 1900s, the jewelry tended to be a little bit more delicate, very feminine, very pretty, very soft. This is a classic crescent moon pearl pin. That's really, I mean, today that's still a beautiful piece of jewelry to wear. It's timeless. It's a classic. It's 18 karat, I mean, it's 14 karat gold. But on each end, it has a touch of platinum, keeping it, you know, I guess the moon, but they just started figuring out platinum and learning about it. So that had a little platinum points on the top, on the front, which is very, very cool. And the ring itself is also from the same periods. It's gold, and it has the platinum top. They realized that diamonds are much brighter and pop more in white metal. The only thing they had before was silver. Then they discovered platinum.
I love this ring.
And platinum became the metal all the way through up to World War II. After that, they discovered how they can create white gold, which is much more easy to work with. Platinum is very difficult. Now we have tools and lasers and things that make it so much easier to work with platinum. But back then, with torches, and if you had a pearl or an emerald or a colored stone in a platinum ring, you try to size it, you ruin the stone half time if you didn't know what you were doing, because it takes so much heat to weld platinum or to solder it. It melts at over 5,000 degrees. Matter of fact, if you're melting platinum as a jeweler trying to cast it, if you're not careful, it can do the same thing the sun does. It'll sunburn you. It can kill you with poison gas if you were there. It will blind you. So
I know, and I can remember you trying to cast it in the studio.
it doesn't work.
I don't know anymore.
It's a difficult metal, but on the hand or the wrist or the neck, it's wonderful. It's a hypoallergenic metal. It wears so well. It holds stones beautifully, and it's just a timeless metal.
You can see what Russ is referring to here on this ring. The underneath is all yellow gold, and the top, the diamonds are set in the platinum. I love this ring. I love a ring with negative space. I've always thought this was so sweet.
And that was a transition again to white metal. They only knew that gold had value. You know, silver was basically in utensils for the wealthy, but gold was the value. That was jewelry. So they always had to have yellow gold predominantly, and added the white, and eventually they went to all platinum during the Art Deco period.
Yeah, so a lot of estate pieces are missed in like flea markets, estate markets, because the silver blackens, and you know, people look at it and they don't see something shiny metal, don't see the value of it. So if you like to shop that way, you need to get a loupe, because you need to be able to look at things and discern what they are.
Let's have some fun with some serious
All right,
pieces. Now, we went from the early 1900s to, this is the 1950s, 1960s. I always look at this jewelry and I just love it because it reminds me of the Rat Pack. It reminds me of Las Vegas.
There's a party in the light box right there.
Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, his crowd with their tuxedos, smoking cigarettes and having a whiskey or bourbon or something and entertaining people. And the people in the audience were wearing this kind of jewelry. It was bold. It was flamboyant. It was showing off. That's what they did. They were showing off. They after World War II, people started developing companies and new businesses, and the industry was blowing up, and new industries were starting. People were wealthy, and they started making these big showy pieces, and I love them. I think they're great.
I'm sure Hollywood helped too.
The bracelet is, I've never seen one like it before. It's a handmade piece. It's diamonds, pave, and platinum, and it's an 18 karat gold. Accent pieces between it. Absolutely incredible piece.
It is so heavy.
Yeah, it's like an ounce and a half of metal, and it's got about, I think, 12 carats of diamonds, if I'm not mistaken, in it. But it's a very unique, rare piece. It's, again, to me, that's a collector piece. Somebody wants to go out and have some fun, that's the piece to wear.
It kind of reminds me of Salvador Dali, kind of those morph shapes. But wouldn't that look great at Harris Teeter? That would be fun. That's a party bracelet right there.
Now the earrings, I love these pieces. These earrings are built in about three different sections because you can't set those diamonds in there unless it was. So it's kind of built in sections, and then it's welded together or riveted together. But it's like a flag or like something blowing in the wind. You've got some major diamonds in the three sections. The rest of those stones are fun because they're a mixture of single cuts and full cuts. What does that mean? Single cuts were stones that, when they're smaller, they would cut them with bigger facets and less facets, so they would sparkle like crazy, and these really do. And they have 17 facets typically. Full cut diamonds have 58, so it's really a fun mixture of the older cut diamonds and new cut diamonds. This may have been a piece that someone had a bunch of diamonds, a jeweler, and decided, you know what, I'm going to do something really cool with all these stones I got, and just built these. But those in that bracelet would be a showstopper going somewhere to a nightclub
No
or
kidding.
A bar mitzvah or.
When we first got this, I thought, I wonder if this was a brooch maybe that was separated to make earrings. And I know in the in the early 1900s, women wore things on their collars.
And shoes.
Yeah, and their shoes. So we did a lot of research, and this is definitely the era that Russ is talking about.
Yep.
So.
It looks Art Deco, but it's not. It's truly 50s or 60s. The way it's designed, the way it's been built. But they're fun pieces. They're fun pieces.
So,
if you want to have a showstopper, if you like to go out once in a while and have some fun or show off, these two pieces right here will be a lot of fun to have.
If you're the chairperson of the charity, the ball that you represent, they would look fantastic with the microphone in your hand.
They would.
All of these pieces are for sale.
Yep. If you're interested in them, please contact us and we can tell you a little bit more about them. Now, I want to show you up to modern times. These are some pieces from the 1990s from a dear friend of ours, Robert Wander. Robert Wander, his family, they had a very high-end, nice jewelry store in New York City. They were like two generations, maybe, and I think Robert was going to be the third. But Robert was kind of a rebel. If you knew Robert, you would give him a lot more words than that. But he just kind of bucked the system. He said, I don't want to work in a store and wear a tie and be bored. And so I want to have some fun. I want to see the world. So he literally kind of toured the world and got to the Orient and realized the quality and the skills of some of the craftsmen making jewelry there and the stone cutters. And he just got in with some people and ended up buying a factory and started designing his own jewelry. And we worked with Robert from the early 90s up through the late 2000s before he passed away. And this was one of my favorite pieces that he ever made. We actually sold this years ago and we were able to get it back through an estate. And it's, I think, one of the best things he ever designed. It's a cuff bracelet in 18 karat gold with buff top amethyst, meaning they're smooth tops, but they've been faceted on the bottom. And you've got diamonds everywhere accented. Beautifully polished inside. Now that's how you tell quality jewelry. not just the top looks good, but every inch, every millimeter of that is perfectly
it's all
finished, beautifully done. But the person setting those stones probably had the guy who's cutting those stones sitting close by, trimming them to make sure it fit that bracelet perfectly, because that's a very hands-on design, and everything has to fit maximum perfect, just every way, because there's no room for error. And that's the only one of these that I ever saw he did. I'm sure he made multiples, but it is back. It is available for sale. If you want a stunning piece of jewelry that's a collector piece, that is definitely one of them. We also have a matching ring that goes with it. The stone in the ring is a little bit lighter, which doesn't bother me. I think it's kind of cool. But it's a series that he made. He made a series of pieces and he would stop and he'd go on to something else. But again, that's probably one of the best pieces I think Robert ever made in his factory. And
I never saw anybody making anything like what he did.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's up to the modern era. Now I'm going to show you a couple quick things of ours and a philosophy of why we did these this way. Here's a beautiful square cut sapphire. It's got a little bit of a purple undertone that I don't think the light box is going to show you. But again, taking that classic halo look, but just kind of changing it up by adding some different side diamonds in there with the rounds, and doing something a little bit extra with the shank, which is the back of the ring part. Instead of having one little thin piece, we made multiple strands with some negative space to create a classic, timeless look, but with a modern twist. Keeping it elegant, keeping it, again, timeless. That's a piece that's never going to go out of style. Beautiful sapphire too. Unusual color and cut.
So this is available for $14,900.
And this is a stone we've had a while before we mounted it. It's a great value. Sapphires, this stone probably has gone up in value, I would imagine about 30 to 40% since we bought it. So that it's at an old price. We don't mark it up. We kept it where it was. It's an incredible value. And what's the weight of the stone again? It's like
2.63.
Yeah. So it's over 2.5 carats in the sapphire itself.
And 0.63 of the diamonds.
Yep.
The halo and the sides.
And it's a one-of-a-kind piece we designed for that stone. Again, simple, classic, tailored, beautiful.
Fabulous with your fingernails.
Thank you. Just like I planned that.
Now,
It's
one
all
more.
about the Duke Blue.
Now let's go back to the artistry part of it.
Okay.
I like to create pieces that are playful, that are more like art, like pop art, like abstract paintings or funky sculptures. These are all natural, fancy colored diamonds, and they're basically pears and marquees and cushions, and just kind of arrange these in a fun, playful shape. This pendant can be worn sideways, up and down, different directions. I added multiple pieces on the back to where you can hang these, the chain in different positions, so you can make different looks, different feelings from it. But these are bright, intense stones. They have a beautiful earth tone color to them.
I like it long for a pendant, personally.
Yeah, if you like it long, I like it sideways.
Well,
Depends on the neckline.
You can wear it either way.
Exactly, but again, that's a fun piece. I've done a few of these over the years. We'll get one of our vendors to get us these stones, and I'll sit there and I'll pick them out and kind of lay them out the way I like them, and then I'll build a pendant. So each one of these are one of a kind.
It's a lot of work.
If you like that look, we can get various colors of these diamonds and do the same thing. We can make these pieces larger, smaller. We can do just about anything, but they're fun. They're just real creative and playful. And we've done a few of these, and all my customers who've had these always laugh and say, every time I wear this, I get so many compliments and so many comments.
It's just beautiful warm tones, but it sparkles too. Definitely know they're diamonds. There's no mistaking that they're diamonds.
All right, that's all I have for tonight.
Okay.
So a little from the 1900s to today.
All right. We all kind of pulled different items. Gabrielle pulled this talking about classic jewelry. We're talking about emeralds a lot lately, aren't we, Russ?
A lot.
It's funny how things kind of go.
I got a serious bracelet I'm working on.
We've done some beautiful emerald pieces, and Russ has got some ideas, things laid out. This is a very classic emerald pendant. This is a beautiful oval emerald. Very the hue, color, and saturation of the stone are excellent from a gemological standpoint.
You sound so professional.
Thank you. I'll put that in your appraisal. And we've got this hanging on this lovely snake chain.
That changed perfectly. It's a silky feel
It's
to it.
pretty.
But what's nice is we wanted to let this emerald be the
put it
focal
in here.
point. But again, instead of having a rabbit ear bail or something boring, we just put a nice little simple diamond bail on top for the chain to slide through, which that little white pop really makes that emerald stand out, I think, even more.
But wait, there's
Beautiful
more
color.
diamonds. There's diamonds.
Exactly, color on the side.
The hidden halo. So if you look on the rails here of what would you call it? The wires of the head, you can see that there's some more natural diamonds that are set here. And it's really pretty when you wear it because you don't just see things straight on people.
People see from the side and get that little twinkle, that little sparkle.
But emeralds are just yummy, and this rich color of yellow gold.
That stone is just incredible, and that's why it needed that little extra sparkle. And this was done in 18 karat. It's one of the finest emeralds that we've had in a while, and absolutely incredible stone.
Do we know
Beautiful
where the
pendant.
origin of that?
No.
No. Very pretty. So that's classic. This is Audrey Hepburn classic as it comes. This is available. It's on our website. I've just kind of added the chain to it this week, but the pendant's right at $6,000. The snake chain is $2,100. So we have that available. The classic person. And then I was going to end up showing you a couple of our new pieces that we're still trying to get checked in. I mentioned last week that we were buying a lot of turquoise, and these are made by Guillermo Erguay. He just has that modernist style. These were interesting. We got two kind of wide triangular designs. This one's a little more modern, but these are really a beautiful matched pair of robin's egg blue. It is that typical yummy desired turquoise color. And I love that this earring is designed that it just really shows off the gemstones in the bezels, and you've got the little accent at the bottom just to give it a little depth. These are finished on the shepherd's hooks. These are very pretty. These are available, and these are going to be $355.
The bottom of those remind me of wine grapes.
Of wine grapes, yeah.
I'm in a very wine mode
That
here.
could be your,
Yeah.
yes.
And we're having a nice Italian tonight, by the way.
A nice northern Italian.
The next pair of earrings I want to show you, she was able to get Tonio Escorgia to make some more beautiful earrings, and I just grabbed these up.
Because every woman wants black earrings.
These are fantastic. These are black spinel on the bottom, and this stone is a tanzanite, but it's a green tanzanite, which
It's not heated.
is so that's
Wow.
right out of the earth. That color. He
People
always
don't know that. Just tell them. Tanzanite really comes out of the earth. It's more of a greenish tone or greenish brown. Most gemstones are heated to bring out color. When they heat this particular stone, it turns to that rich, beautiful purple. If they're lucky. When they turn that way, they're really incredible.
But I love how the black spinels bring out the beautiful oxidation in the Baroque wire work at the top. And this is a good sizable earring. These are definitely a statement maker. So we're getting these checked in. These are going to be right at $740.
It's a lot of gemstones.
I know. It's just amazing. Every time he has a different combination of stones. The tops are all different shapes. So I love that so much. This was a very unusual piece.
That's wild.
I bought this just because it was so interesting. It's so modernist in style for the Taxco artisans. These look like little cubes, but they're almost like when you have staplers that are they're all stuck together, and then you take them apart, how they they're not four-sided cubes.
Oh yeah,
They're stacked.
that's really cool.
Yeah. So this
It's like they're
artist.
tumbling and they got caught up.
Yeah, I thought it was really clever. This is finished with a moonstone in the middle, which is a very beautiful moonstone. It was just so different from anything we've had. I was like, I like that. I want it. So you've got the little, the bell at the top with the little cluster of cubes, the moonstone, and then the bottom. The artist finished it in a matte finish, which I think was a very smart idea because I think it gives you a better idea of the dimension of those. So we're going to get these on the website hopefully this week. This is available for $325.
It's good value.
And the last item, we have been so busy. We're trying
This
to
is
get all
for
this
the
checked
Carolina
in.
fans. This last one, you know.
Yes, the Carolina fans. Russ, I think we've taken 15 engagement ring jobs in the last 2 weeks. This man has been super busy, and we're busy trying to keep him in production and keep things organized. So we're really busy around here. He's been still working
Yeah.
7 days a week.
We started the studio. I said, well, now I can only work, 5 days a week and be normal because I'm not going to work the weekends. And we've been very blessed and busy. So I'm here on Saturdays lately, and
Yeah.
sometimes sneak over here on Sunday afternoon to finish something. But I don't mind it.
But
I enjoy it.
these young men are so cute. They're like, I don't need it till June or July. And then we had one call last week, and he goes, well, I'm going to be in town mid-March. Can I get my ring? I'm like, we'll try. So once that Amazon effect with these young people, they're like, once they decide they want it the next day. So this is the last bracelet we're going to show you. This was very different for Gabriel Pena. He does a lot of the bezel set gemstone pieces. We showed you a pendant last week of 8 different gemstones that we had commissioned for one of our clients, who, by the way, picked it up this week, and she was thrilled. She was so excited. But this is different for Gabe because these are all aquamarines that he has set in prongs. Normally he does all this bezel setting, but you've got
Prongs
these.
will be easier.
This is just really lovely with the silver and the aquamarines are so pretty together. I love the texture that the prongs form. And you've just got these little sections of natural aquamarines. Some have a little polish, but most are raw. And we got another bracelet similar to this that has opals in it that we will show you at some point. But again, all of the bracelets have the toggle chain and the extender. We can change that out if you want to do something different. If you're a Carolina fan,
That's a great bracelet for you.
there you go.
Might need it to help your team because they're going to need it on Saturday night.
Listen, the Dookie people here. This is available for $725. So we'll try to get these on the website in the next 2 days.
There you go.
Okay.
So we had a little bit of everything. We had artistry in silver from Taxco. We had some of our own personal pieces. We had things from the 50s. We had things from the 90s and
We've just been all over.
1900s. So just kind of let you know, jewelry again, it transcends all the ages. It's artistic, it's beauty, it's value. I mean, a lot of these pieces, if you buy nice quality jewelry, it has value down the road. Something that you hand on, you can hand to your siblings. Your children or your grandchildren. It has value.
If you
and it has
give it to your
meaning.
siblings if you like them.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's interesting. It's not just times and eras in history, but it's also different parts of the world too. So, God blessed us with so many artisans with such great skill and talent.
He's also blessed with beautiful colored gemstones,
Yes.
diamonds and precious metals. Excuse me. And, jewels put them together and make these beautiful pieces. Again, they bring such joy. I've seen so much joy in people's faces by delivering a beautiful piece of jewelry to them. If it's for an anniversary or a wedding ring or
I know we said
birthday or
like
whatever it is.
twice this week. We're like, oh, I wish we'd filmed their reaction when they opened the box to pick up their finished jewelry.
Yeah, we made this ring for one of our Capellini rings we love to make, and handed the box to the lady. Showed me. Her expression was just, it was incredible. I wish I had a video.
I know we should
I'm gonna
have.
start doing that.
So anyway, so if you'd like to have that aha happy reaction, you've got a piece you've dreamed of that hasn't been brought to fruition, we'd love to help you. We're your concierge jewelers, and we're here most weeks from Monday through Friday. You can check our schedule on our appointment portal.
And keep in mind, gold right now is all-time highs. If you've got jewelry or things that you don't wear anymore, they're sitting in your box, doing your jewelry box or wherever you got it hidden, not doing anything, that has value. Take the things that you're not using, the things you don't like, or there's just dead inventory, as you want to say, bring it in and let us help you create the new piece of jewelry that you really want, and you let your old stuff help you pay for it.
Yeah,
and
we had
maybe pay for all of
a
it.
lady a couple of days ago, we're like, well, you've got all this stuff. She says, I know, but it's all this stuff, and it's like little stuff, and it's not my style stuff, and I want me stuff, I want stuff that reflects my style now.
Yeah.
So she was fun to work with. We're gonna take a lot of her jewelry apart, but get her some big pieces.
I had also a customer yesterday that he saw the bracelet that I wear, and he loved it, and I actually had made another one, and he was very interested in it. And I said, well, if you got some other things you're not wearing, bring it in. So he and his wife got together and brought in a bunch of old class rings and some worn out wedding bands and some,
It was fun going through
trinkety
everything.
jewelry they bought when they were younger, and a bracelet that he couldn't stand. And he ended up trading it completely for the brand new bracelet. Didn't cost him anything out
Thrilled.
of pocket.
Thrilled,
And we're going to
yes.
actually add some gemstones to it, and it didn't cost him anything, so he was very happy.
So fun. So thanks for joining us. Next week, we're going to do the colors of the ACC with the ACC tournament starting up. I guess it starts Monday, right? We have so many teams in the conference now.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday. So let us know who you're pulling for. Yeah, obviously we're pulling for. By my fingernails and his
We
comments.
got Duke and State, those two people.
Yeah, we like to support state since they're Raleigh
Duke
Raleigh
did whoop
team.
on some state last night.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So thanks for joining us tonight. If we can do anything for you, just get in touch. You can email us. You can text us on our main phone number.
Check out our website, BrummettJewelryDesignStudio.com.
That was close.
What did I say?
BrummettJewelryStudio.com.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
We have
That's exactly what you said. You'll both get it right.
Yeah.
Always add it all in there.
yeah. The
Oh,
website
yeah.
has 3 words, but we have 4 words in
That's right.
our name. So okay.
All right. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any questions or see something you like on our website, please contact us and let us know. If we can help you with anything you have to repurpose it, size it, clean it, check it, whatever, we're here for you. Thank you very much
Okay,
for joining
thanks
us.
for joining us. Good
God bless you.
night.
Good night.
Go Duke.